Sharing of charges. Step number 1. Two capacitors C1 and C2 connected with different supplies of potential difference V1 and V2. After being charged, now see, after charging, charge on capacitor will be small q1 C1 V1 and charge on C2 will be C2 V2. Now after being charged, both capacitors disconnected from supplies and connected in parallel, part A, or connected in series. See, when this capacitor being charged, charge enters into the capacitor, that plate becomes positive, it is emerging out, so this is negative plate, like this. Charge enters on this side, so this becomes positive plate, exits from this side, so it becomes a negative plate. You know, parallel line will be written like this. Positive plates of both capacitors are connected or joined. See, parallel means both the positive plates are connected together like this. Now these two positive plates are connected together and negative plates are connected together. Breathe in. So when he says they are connected in parallel, or he may say positive plates or negative plates of both capacitors are joined, you will know they are connected in parallel. Similarly, for series he will say positive plate of one capacitor is connected with negative plate of another capacitor, second capacitor. See, it will be like this. Positive plate of C1 connected with negative plate of C2. See, this is the joining. Or this side, negative plate of C1 connected with positive plate of C2. So this is series combination when positive plate connected with negative plate of another capacitor. This is parallel combination. Breathe in again. In both the situations, both the capacitor will acquire common potential each. You know, due to sharing of charges, charge gets transferred from capacitor at higher potential to capacitor at lower potential. Let us consider this V1 is greater than V2. So there will be flow of charge, transfer of charge from C1 to C2. And they both will acquire same potential called common potential each. So that common potential expression, you know, it is Q1 plus Q2 by C1 plus C2 when these are connected in parallel. You write it like this in your simple normal classes. This is written like this: C1 V1 plus C2 V2 upon C1 plus C2. You know this derivation from conservation, initial charge is equal to final charge. You know this. I am telling you directly for numericals. You will write common potential for both the capacitor. Now C1 having finally, this is finally C1 at potential Vc as well as C2 at potential Vc. For parallel combination, this will be the answer. Q1 plus Q2 by C1 plus C2. But for series, this formula is, you know, different. It is Q1 minus Q2 by C1 plus C2. So this is the difference between parallel and series combination of capacitors. While connected like this, after being charged, both capacitor connected, disconnected from supplies and now connected in either parallel or in series. So finally, in this condition also, both capacitors are going to acquire common potential VC each due to transfer of charge, due to sharing of charge. So here answer will be C1 V1 minus C2 V2 by C1 plus C2. Breathe in. Now, there are so many questions. Question is find charge on the capacitor now. Earlier it was small q1. Now let us consider it is caps q1 and caps q2. Whether it is series or parallel. How will you find it out? This will be C1 into Vc. This is the charge on C1 finally after connecting in parallel. Similarly, Q2 will be C2 into Vc. Same will happen in the series combination as well. C1 Vc and Q2 will be C2 into Vc. But difference is this. Common potential for series will be Q1 minus Q2 by C1 plus C2. Loss in energy. Energy loss, it is in terms of heat and electromagnetic radiations. It is half C1 C2 V1 minus V2 whole square upon C1 plus C2. Now we apply this concept for two spheres. Two metal spheres like this, one having radius r1, another having different radius. Now they are having different charges, maybe positive, maybe negative. See this situation. These are charged spheres. Charges may be anything. For a standard concept, we consider positive charges. Let us say it is Q1, it is Q2. But in the numerical, he may say this is 50 microcoulomb or sometimes minus 20 microcoulomb or anything. He may say any value. Plus 100 microcoulomb or it is minus 100 microcoulomb. Breathe in slowly and gradually. Now he says both spheres brought in contact, or one sphere, let us say it is A sphere, it is B, both are touched, or both spheres joined by metal wire and disconnected, then separated. Now after brought in contact, now they are separated. Finally, this will be the situation. This is sphere A, this is sphere B. Now this concept is equivalent to common potential concept. Let us consider this sphere is capacitor of capacitance C1 4 pi epsilon naught R1 and it is at potential V1 K Q1 by R1, Coulomb's constant, small k. Similarly, it is another capacitor C2 having capacitance 4 pi epsilon naught R2 and it is at another potential V2 by the formula K Q2 by R2. Remember, electric potential is a scalar quantity. If charge is positive, you are going to write positive. If it is negative, you will write negative. It will be negative potential then. It is a scalar quantity, electric potential. Now you consider these two capacitors when they brought in contact, it is equivalent to as if both capacitors, now this is C1 and C2 connected in parallel. Now what will happen? Due to sharing of charges, both capacitors C1 and C2, which are metal spheres A and B, will acquire common potential each. Now how will you find this common potential? This common potential will be again this total charge upon total capacitance. Remember this. In parallel we call it total charge upon total capacitance. Now focus 100%. If it is positive Q1, write here plus 50. If Q1 is minus 20, write here minus 20, because charge is a scalar quantity and electric potential is a scalar quantity. So it will give you automatically correct answer, maybe both positive, both negative, one positive, another negative. Are you getting it? Charge is a scalar quantity like plus 10, plus 4, plus 14, plus 10, minus 4, plus 6, minus 5, minus 4, minus 9. Making sense? So this way you will find common potential acquired by both the spheres, A having potential Vc, B having Vc. Now you will find it like this, Q1 plus Q2 by C1 plus C2. Now the question is, what will be the charge on sphere A and what will be the charge on sphere B? This is called C1 Vc. Now see, it is C1 and at potential Vc. Earlier it was C1 at potential V1 having charge small q1. Now it is caps q1 is equal to C1 Vc. Similarly it will be C2 into Vc. Breathe in. Now finally, there are so many questions you are able to find now. If I say these are identical spheres, identical sphere means this is add-on. Their radius are equal, R1 equals R2 equals R. Then you will see by same calculation, one is C1, another is C2, but R1, R2 they are both equal to R. So finally you will see this Q1 is small q1 plus small q2 by 2, as well as this q2 will be same. This is special condition. When both spheres are identical, then this will be the condition. If they are not identical, their radii are different, one is R1, another is R2, one is R, another is 4R. So you will find it like this. Got it?